Shazam! Fury of the Gods is directed by Sandberg and stars Zachary, Levi, Asher Angel, Jack Grazer, Rachel Zegler, and so on. There's too much main characters in this movie. But anyways, I watched Shazam! Fury of the Gods, and my thoughts on it were the first Shazam was better. I felt like the first Shazam had better humor to it, and it just had more family element than this one did. I also feel like the first movie isn't really completed without this movie. This movie explained more stuff that we needed to know, but since the DCEU is getting rebooted, it doesn't matter. But if it wasn't, this movie would be really important because it finishes off the Shazam era to make him officially a superhero. This movie does keep the same humor as the first Shazam. It can be really funny, but I felt like the first Shazam had better humor in it. The villain in this movie I found better than the first movie's villain. That most of you might get mad at me for that, but I think I like these villains more than the first villain in the first Shazam movie. I mean, I like the motive more in the first Shazam movie, but I just like the villains more in the second one. Some reviews for this movie say it's predictable. I found it predictable near the last 30 to 20 minutes, but other than that, I did not find this movie predictable at all. I wish we got to see more kids in this movie. This movie focuses way more on the superheroes than they do on the kids. It's just I wish we saw the kids way more. We see them in a couple of scenes and that's it, and they're for 3 minutes long. We do not see the kids for that long at all. There is a post-credit scene. It's and I laughed really hard at it. It's the funniest thing in the world. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, recommend staying for the first post-credit scene. I didn't watch the second one, but I recommend for the first one. I hope Zachary Levi stays as Shazam for the reboot because he is a really good person to be playing Shazam. Now, what I didn't like about this movie, I found it to be going a little slow at some parts. I mean, it does have a decent pace, but, the parts, we've seen before, and since the trailer did give a lot of the movie away, especially for the final act, you basically know what's gonna happen, kind of, so you're just, sitting there, okay, get to that part already. Okay, if you haven't seen the movie yet, don't watch any TV spots. Just saying that right now. Don't watch any, okay? It spoils a big part of the movie and a big cameo, so do not watch TV spots if you haven't seen the movie yet. All in all, Shazam! Fury of the Gods is still a good sequel to the first Shazam. Not as good, but still a good sequel. The cast is as charming as ever. I felt connected to every single character of the cast. I felt like they did a good job making you connect to them. And the jokes were as good, and the action scenes were still as good as the original film. It's just the trailers gave too much away that you basically know what's gonna happen next. So when it's stuff happens in between, you don't really feel for it as much. And they extended the movie just for a while because they just wanted to reach a certain runtime, it felt like, so it can go slow near the end. But the first hour of this movie is really good, and it's almost as good as the first Shazam movie. It's just almost has the same charm as the first Shazam movie. It keeps the tone better, and I still think it is a really good sequel. Just not as good as the first. So I do recommend watching Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Don't listen to any other critics. I really enjoyed it. Out of 10, I'll give Shazam! Fury of the Gods a low 8 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all next time when I'm back in my original space. Goodbye.